Is the China-Pakistan economic corridor on the verge of bankruptcy? The state of the projects suggests it is. Pakistan may now be unable to pay its dues of $1.4 billion to independent power producers under CPEC. Islamabad had in May requested Beijing to forgo this debt. Another request was to renegotiate terms and conditions for loans under CPEC. However, the Chinese government refused. Now, the cornered Pakistan government will have to start making partial payments to ease Chinese concerns despite its inability to do so. Why did China refuse the request of its iron brother? China's economy is slowing down, resulting in lower revenues, while its defense expenditure is ballooning. There is a decrease in the strength of its workforce by 35 million people and a fall in global demand for Chinese manufacturing. So Chinese goods become costlier while their demand is already low. In addition to that, bad loans and NPAs are making banks reluctant to extend loans. Now, the collapse of the Chinese real estate giant Evergrande is threatening to send the Chinese economy in a tailspin. Clearly, China is facing an economic crisis. Therefore, Chinese companies are anxious about their returns from investments made in the CPEC. Why is Pakistan unable to pay? Pakistan's debts are more than its GDP. This means the country owes more than it earns in an year. In 2019-2020, Pakistan witnessed negative growth, which means the GDP is decreasing. The crisis was further exacerbated by COVID-19. There is little hope for immediate international aid. The country already owes 1.071 trillion to the IMF, and Pakistan remains on the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force for illegal money movements and terrorist financing. Pakistan simply does not have the money to pay for CPEC. It already owes $90.12 billion to China. What about work on CPEC? According to a report by Bloomberg, only 1/3 of CPEC projects have been completed. The independent power projects have incurred unpaid bills of $1.4 billion. SEZ projects face recurring delays with costs ballooning to $60 billion. Rail projects are either still under construction or on hold. What's more, Pakistan's crucial Gwadar port remains out of operation with virtually no ships visiting it as the port lacks even basic facilities like electricity and drinking water. While returns from road and harvest projects are below expectations, attacks on Chinese workers at project sites and anxiety over diminishing returns on investment have caused CPEC to slow down or even stop abruptly. The CPEC was the crown jewel of China's Belt and Road Initiative. However, it has not generated either the investment, the growth, or the income that the Pakistani government expected. Therefore, Pakistan is unable to pay back China. While China is disappointed with almost no returns on its investments in Pakistan, the Chinese economy also facing a crisis. It's reluctant to pump more money into the projects. Consequently, the CPEC seems fated for an untimely death.